Excuse me. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. As you know, certain people have been set up in this world to be stumbling blocks unto the wicked. They assume that they're doing the right thing because they're led by the angels on the left-hand side to think that they're doing the right thing. But then a lot of these camps have sold out, okay? And they make mockery of the Lord's name. And the Lord's name is Abanawa Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is our Father's name, which means He exists. Bahashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai means He delivers, our deliverer, our lawyer, our interceptor. Our intermediate. Yahweh Shai is, basically talking on our behalf, okay? Talking on the elect's behalf, whoever they are in the world, okay? Fighting on our side, fighting our corner, so to speak, okay? So Yahweh Shai is our lawyer, speaks to the Father in heaven, okay? And is speaking to Abanawa Yahweh, letting, and fighting our corner for the elect who are scattered around the planet. And Yahweh Shai was, went through the supreme sacrifice, the sacrificial lamb, which is a Malak HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. And these individuals, these creatures, I'd call them, okay, are making fun of the Most High's name. And we know they've sold out. They're all part of the Masonic Lodge. And apparently this clown is worth 150 M's. So he goes to show, don't get it twisted, being blessed with wealth or being successful in that area is not a bad thing. Okay, we're supposed to strive to sort of keep our head above the water in this world. But if the Lord gives you a little bit extra, that's a blessing. But you still go through, you'll still get put through the ringer by the Lord, because we're supposed to glory the Lord, when we come into infirmities and get chastised and, get put through the ringer, so to speak, because paraphrasing another scripture, because Yahweh Shai is doing this to refine the elect, refining them like gold, refining them like silver. So I'm going to get a scripture. And this person doesn't seem to be going through any major reproaches or financial issues, but he does have infirmities, because the guy does look like he's been smoking meth or crack. His face is all sucked in and all that. I heard he does have a few illnesses, because he is mocking the Lord. But the Lord is going to let this build up, and to the point where of no return. And when the Lord's going to come in thick and fast, the Lord's going to come in thick and fast. Okay. Now for the elect, they're going to be going through these things. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 10. Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. And the word Christ, in place of that, you put Hamashiach. So therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Because if the Lord ain't going to chastise you, you're not going to get put through the ringer. You get everything given easy. Therefore, you're not chosen. You're not chosen. Because as soon as something drastic happens to you, like the so-called white man it happens to, they'll jump out of a window. Be it a financial situation, or your woman steps out on you, whatever the situation may be, or whether you get diagnosed with cancer or something, he would jump out of the window, because they're not hardened, because this is their rulership. And then you got certain jakes out there that are 2/3, which I believe a lot of other camps that have sold out to the 501c3 charter, which means that you get reprimanded or told not to say certain things, such as who we really are, what the Lord's name is, because there's power in the name. Because without that name, there is no power, because the Lord's name, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Abanawa meaning Father, that's the password through this to get into the straight gate. And then you have to stay in the straight gate, the narrow path, and there's fire and water, whatever you want on both sides, and you have to stay. It's like a tightrope. You got to stay balanced. You've got to stay balanced and get to the other side. Okay, and the other side is into the chariots of salvation. Okay, but these clowns have been set up as stumbling blocks for the 2/3 to get caught up in and get their judgment as well. Okay, so like the way Comfy was set up to get the 2/3, this clown is set up to get the 2/3, and the other 2/3 are going to be caught up in different situations, no matter what they are. Okay, you want drama? You Jake's like drama, don't you? Yeah, well, Yahweh Hashem Yashai is the ultimate drama king. Huh? You think Jake's are drama kings, right? But Yahweh Hashem Yashai is the ultimate drama king. Okay? The ultimate drama king. Okay? So get scripture quickly. Isaiah 45 verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, do all these things. Okay? So the Lord ain't fighting somebody called Satan, okay? Yahweh Hashem Yashai controls Satan. Yahweh Hashem Yashai is Satan is one of the sons of the Most High on the left-hand side. Okay? Is that deep? But you clowns ain't going to get it. These guys are even teaching so-called Edomite Christian doctrine, okay, with this truth, okay? But listen, I'm just going to play this bit. It's about a minute, okay? And I'm not making any money off this, okay? This is all fair use, all right? And, this is off a brother's channel anyway. I hope he doesn't mind me using it. What's the brother's name? Let's just give him Ibar Yehoda. Hope you don't mind, brother. I'm just going to use this. Shalom to you, whoever you are. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yashai.
Yeah. Stop listening to these morons. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them? What giveth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. You see that? And commended them for those that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. What is it talking about that we stood stiffly for the name of the Lord? Reuben. Because a nigger will jump up and go, Yahweh!
Look at his ass. Look at this a-hole on the left-hand side of the screen just laughing like it's something funny. And apparently this guy's disappeared. He hasn't been on the scene for quite a while, by the way. You guys are going to get it, I'm a small fish in this big pond, learning from the prophets and teachers of Great Millstone. Even myself, with the small, beautiful intellect that the Yahweh Hashem Yashai has given me, and Dwadi Yahweh Hashem Yashai for giving me his name and knowing this truth, you guys, man, you guys are really out of line, I don't know whether the Lord's going to get you out of it or not. If it's the Lord's will, he will, but, I think when you make fun of the Lord's name, I know when you make fun of the Lord's name like this, I think you've gone really, 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 really past the point of no return. You're making fun of the supreme power, man, of heaven and earth, and controls every inkling and minute, intricate, scenario. From every follicle that relieves hair, that sheds hair, to every part of your skin that sheds skin, for it to grow, and a new skin and hair coming back. From a leaf falling to the floor at a specific time, for a budgie to drop dead, every just intricate part of life. You're making fun of the Lord's name, Hey, yeah, you guys are out of it. Look at this guy still laughing.
Come on, man.
This guy's still laughing like he heard an Eddie Griffin joke or a Mike Epps joke. What the F is wrong with these people, man? What is wrong with you? I really believe you are the same people, man. When Yahweh Shai, Kalal Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. You know, when Yahweh Shai was going through what, you know, the hell he went through, you know, to bring, you know, the Son of the Most High, the only begotten Son, our King, to put himself in the situation that he did for us. And you were the same a-holes at that time, probably just mocking him, say, yeah, jump off that cross, jump off that cross. You know? Use your power now if you're the Son of the Most High. You know? It upsets me as well that the fact that you're making fun of his name, and then at the same time I'm angry because you're making fun of his name. Matthew 12:36. Excuse me. Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. You guys are going to give account of that. Okay? When that angel comes at you, or however you die, or however you get maimed, or however a family member of yours, a loved one drops dead in front of you, that moment you made fun of the Lord's name, or whatever you did, you know, like 22 people in your congregation that, you know, that went to the heavenly abode after taking the juicy juice 19 in their arm, and you said it was okay to take it, you know, that's just one thing, you know, and then you make fun and talk about the men of the Lord. But what about a lady called Joy who's based in the UK? Remember, I'm based in London, okay? What about that girl Joy? I'm not going to say her last name. A young lady that went to the heavenly abode also through one of the individuals, via one of the individuals that works for you here in the UK, who's part of your organization, and all the other things. And what about you lot sending pics to each other? But you know, actually, I'm gonna leave that one alone. That one's just okay. Actually, you know what? Let's touch on it. You know, showing how foul these characters are. They were showing pictures of each other. They were showing pictures of their rods to each other, and this is all online. You just have to find their videos, whether they're still up or not. You know, allegedly, of course, they were doing this. All the things that I've mentioned, but the name of the Lord, you see what they're doing. They're mocking. Okay, these guys have the right to point the finger at nobody because they're foul. They're just as dirty as this evil world. Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Like for example, you're going to get judgment in this lifetime. Now, because this is the last generation, a lot of you are going to get judgment quick smart. Okay? You know, you can't get away from anything. You think that, okay, I did all these things in this life, and then okay, I'm going to die, and that's that. And you're on your deathbed and you pass on. But lo and behold, you come back 3-4 generations later, and you might be born with 2 heads. You might be born with 3 arms. You might be born with, you know, like a lot of these. If you've seen these videos of Elamite children in India, you know, like conjoined twins or whatever, you know, Siamese cat twins or whatever, you know, and they look all deformed. They look like Baphomet, or they look like one of their gods with 24 with 10 arms or something. That's what you're gonna end up coming look like, you know. Or you might be born with no sexual organs. You might be just born with half your limbs. You just might have everything, just you won't have no legs and no genitals. You know, you don't get away from anything. Okay, and a lot of you are going to get swift and hard, fast judgment. And when it comes in, it comes so thick and fast. Okay, it's going to come in faster than 100-foot wave coming to just it's going to come faster than 100-foot wave. You know, coming faster than 100-foot wave coming at, for example, hitting New York at 500 miles per hour. It's going to come in faster than that. You know, just trying to give some numbers on a carnal level, just trying to give some kind of indication of how thick and fast is for these clowns. You can't get away with nothing. And especially mocking the Lord's name, you've gone too far. Okay? But then I guess, you know, 2 parts have to be cut off and die, right? Because you guys are, you know, you're basically a tool that Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is using to get a substantial portion of the 2/3 amongst Yasharala. Okay? I'm just going to read a scripture since I've quoted it. Okay? Zechariah 13 verse 8. And it shall come to pass that all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And that's 1/3, 33%. And within that 33% is the elect 144,000, which is 12,000 jakes out of each tribe. And the rest of the 33% great multitude is children, women, other male adults, be it brothers, fathers, granddads, whatever. Whoever the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai deems worthy to be saved on that day, on that great day. Ecclesiasticus 27:28. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them. And when a lion comes, doesn't a lion come in thick and fast? You've seen the muscles of the lion. You've seen that beautiful mane, that masculinity on a beastly level, but with the lion. And the lion with the mane is, and the mane looks like an afro. Okay? And when a lion comes in, doesn't a lion come in thick and fast? It approaches you slowly, gently, and then lo and behold, you hear the growl, and all you do is just hear, the lion gobbling you up, slicing and dicing you up like a blender cuts herbs and spices up. It's gonna cut you up. It's gonna come in thick and fast. Ecclesiasticus 27:28 again. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them. Exodus 20:7. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy power in vain, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. What does vain mean? Vain means producing a no result, useless. They're saying it, they're making mockery. They're saying it like, they're saying, and I mean, you saw the video of him, of one of his counterparts, of one of his underlings saying, take the bishop's name out of your mouth. Take the bishop's name out of your mouth. Put some respect on the bishop's name. But what about putting the respect on Yahweh Shem Yashai's name? Calling Yahweh Shem Yashai Yope Yoga, Most High Christ bless. When you say Most High Christ bless, nothing wrong with the Most High means it's just a title. But what about Christ bless? Who's Christ? Every time you hear the term Christ or you type it in, the Edomite's going to pop up. Serapis Christus or Caesar Borgia, who are one and the same. John 15:19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. But the world loves IUIC, don't they? But who does the world hate? It hates the men of great millstone and like-minded camps that teach the same doctrine and show double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of great millstone. Okay? From Elder Abba Bivens on down. And any other teachers that taught Elder Abba Bivens, who is Prophet Elijah in the reincarnation. And I truly believe that. Definitely do, because, the reincarnation doctrine makes complete and utter sense. Okay? Right? So when you're trying to do something right in this evil world, which is Satan's world, which is E's world, the people are going to hate you. Okay? You imagine growing up in this world back in the day, people will be smoking blunts, smoking weed, and you'll be one of those cats before you started smoking it, you're 16, 17 years old, the era will say like the 90s or whatever, or early 2000s, and you'll be doing something like that. But if you don't do it, they say, what's this guy's soft. This guy's weird. He's not down, and for example, from a female perspective, when you hear girls talk, and if a girl's a virgin, she's quite attractive, they're going to say, oh, what's wrong with her? Was she a lesbian? Or something like that. People don't like a person going in the right direction. And if you try to go in the right direction, there's always going to be Satan jumping in these individuals, be it a so-called friend of yours, or maybe a colleague or whatever, trying to bring you down into the filth and the hole that they're in. Okay? making mockery of a female that just has fallen in love with a guy in high school and wants to marry him, okay, have his children, and other girls say, oh, but you've only had the one rod. Don't you want to play the field? So obviously the world's going to hate people like that on a carnal level, but what about the men of the Lord that are hated for teaching the truth and the supreme truth? You've seen that a-hole Malone, that Amalekite, he doesn't target anybody else but the men of the Lord because he knows, okay, they're the best. And then he's going to try and trip them up. But you can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth, okay? Okay? Because whatever you try and do, try and bring the truth down, what's going to happen? People, that all you do is chucking fuel to the fire for making people to look into it deeper to find out what the situation is there. Okay, so you can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth. Since I quoted, I'm just going to read it quickly. 2 Corinthians 13 verse 8, for we can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. 2 Corinthians 13 and 8 again, for we can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. Okay, and you've got a lot of people that have sort of bounced away from these other camps, that don't teach a correct doctrine, that don't teach what the charagma is, that don't teach the Lord's name, that don't teach a correct Sabbath, And a lot of these other camps are actually have individuals in them that are secret disciples watching the men of the Lord and the men of Great Millstone. Okay, learning, taking notes, and being secret disciples. But you individuals out there that have made fun of the Lord's name are going to suffer hard. You're going to suffer hard. Because you're a stumbling block unto the wicked. Okay? A stumbling block created. Okay? So the Lord's going to give you a quick, fast judgment. Okay? There's a saying, get off your high horse. And literally, that so-called bishop was on a high horse. And you've seen the footage recently. Stumbling. Romans 14 verse 13. It's a nice scripture here. Let us not therefore judge one another any more, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way. Okay? You're supposed to be your brother's keeper, right? An Israelite man is supposed to help another Israelite man. What are these guys doing? They're charging for scriptures, because you're supposed to freely give and freely receive, which is paraphrasing another scripture. And pursuant to Romans 14 verse 13, they're being a stumbling block, which is to fall in their brother's way, this is what they're doing. And because of that, a lot of their fellow fellow Jakes have gone to the spiritual realm, because of them giving an okay to take certain things in their body, There's one more like that. Actually, there's many, but I'm just going to get one more scripture on that. Ecclesiasticus 39:24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Right? We can, we can see how the name makes sense, how the power is in the name. We can see spiritual things happening. And every time the elders, the apostles, bishops, and prophets and elders teach us of Great Millstone and like-minded camps, we can see everything in intricacy, fitting in our brain how it makes sense. Because that's the angels working on your mind, and it's plain. But unto the wicked, it's a stumbling block. As you saw that a-hole on the left-hand side that was laughing, Okay, when that dumbass said how he said the Most High's name, and I'm not going to repeat the way he said the Most High's and my King's name. I will not do that. But he said it, and you heard it. Okay, and then that guy started laughing. That tall, lanky one with the beady eyes, who wears those magnifying glasses over his eyes, looking like a mad professor. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there before I start, effing and blinding, as we say here in the UK, which basically means so-called swearing. Okay, and you guys that make fun of the Lord's name, this is me speaking as a man. May Yahweh Hashem Yahshua have quick, swift judgment on you. All right, you make fun of the Lord's name, I ain't got no sympathy for you. That's me speaking as a man. But it's up to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, because He's the creator and destroyer of all things. And all praises, honor, glory, and blessings and power be to Abba Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to our apostles, bishops, elders, prophets of Great Millstone that teach this truth, and who a lot of us are students of and we learn from. Double honors to them. And wa abad babal kwam yashrala. Shalom.